Hello everyone and welcome to the first of weekly news updates on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Everything we know about the Jurassic World Evolution sequel so far. Of course, I'll be covering all of the big news as soon as possible whenever it comes out, but I figured the best way to keep you informed without spamming you with videos about every little tidbit was to bundle everything in weekly news updates. This includes all of the information Frontier hides in their Twitter replies, as well as a continuously updating confirmed species list. So if you're not a fan of video spam, but you do want to be kept up to date, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell because, well, let's not put too much trust in machines. Yet. Ever. These news videos will be coming out every Saturday covering everything that happened during the week. Intro done, let's get into the news because we have a lot to cover for this first week. The topics are on screen right now and I will go through everything as concisely as possible. As you know, we got our first species field guide last weekend. This one was for the Triceratops. I did a full analysis of this 30-second clip, so if you haven't checked that out, you can find it in the top right corner right now. One of the things I personally didn't notice while watching this video, but some other eagle-eyed people like Mecha did, is that the frill of the Triceratops clips into its body pretty badly as it does its intimidation display. So it looks like Frontier still has their work cut out for them as far as animations go. But at the very least, that does seem to imply that the animation is new, because we don't have this clipping in the current version of the game. Frontier confirmed on Twitter that more species field guides would be coming, which is obvious, but it's nice to have it confirmed. Now, they can't give a schedule for these field guides quite yet, but we can expect them regularly, and the next one is coming very soon. Of course, when that happens, when it comes out, you can expect a full reaction and analysis from me, and you will find that on this channel. And finally, with regards to the field guides, it has been stated that we will get them for our air and marine animals as well. Again, seems obvious, but we gotta cover everything. They also spilled the beans on there definitely being more than just the Pteranodon and the Mosasaurus for the flying and marine reptiles category for the game. Just no word yet on what those extra species will be. As for the species, so far the confirmed list of creatures is as follows: Amargasaurus, Brachiosaurus, Coelophyses, Mosasaurus, Pseudoceratops, Pteranodon, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, and Tyrannosaurus rex. So that's 9 out of over 75 creatures that we know so far. Interestingly, on their social media, they did make a comment that alludes to not all dinosaurs from the original Jurassic World Evolution returning for the sequel. They say some favorites will return. They also described their Stegosaurus as fiercely territorial when they posted the image for that dinosaur on their socials. It'll be interesting to see how that characteristic makes it into the game as far as actual behavior goes, and we have more information on the dinosaur behavior a little later on in this news update. Unfortunately, no baby dinosaurs. It's another one of those tweets that people are finding loopholes in. People say it might mean you can't bioengineer juveniles, but that you might still be able to catch them in the wild. I don't think it works that way. Modeling and animating juveniles for all these species is a really big task. If they were to go through that effort, they wouldn't limit the usage of juveniles. It's just not very efficient. For me, this tweet is pretty clear: no baby dinosaurs and no breeding in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Next up, no Camp Cretaceous content in Jurassic World Evolution 2. It doesn't rule out that Camp Cretaceous content might be coming as a DLC at some point, when the series wraps up for example, but at the moment it's not in the works. They're focusing on the main game, which will not have Camp Cretaceous content. To clarify, this doesn't mean that dinosaurs we see in Camp Cretaceous, like the Monolophosaurus and Ouranosaurus, won't be in the game. Those are just dinosaurs, not copyrighted Camp Cretaceous content. Those dinosaurs might still appear in the game, they just won't look like they do in Camp Cretaceous, at least not necessarily. People were freaking out, thinking that it means, oh, it's confirmed, no Tyrannosaurus, no Monolophosaurus. But that's not how it works, so fret not, there is still a chance that those two dinosaurs are coming. Frontier will be sharing more about the customization options in the game when they are getting closer to launch, but they did already reveal that we can put a unique spin on park buildings. Thanks to Sunlight JK for pointing out this tweet. If you want to be part of my network of spies to make sure I don't miss anything for these weekly news updates, when you see something official on Jurassic World Evolution 2, I invite you to DM me a screenshot on Discord. If it's something I might have missed without your help, you'll get a little shout out just like this. But yeah, I feel this tweet comes close to confirming the theory that I had about customizable pre-made buildings. You can check out that video on the channel for an in-depth discussion on that. Modular building seems even more unlikely now given this statement, although I caution people to consider anything 100% fully confirmed or ruled out if not stated in so many words or actually shown. By the way, Best in Slot did a good theory video on the aviaries possibly being customizable as well. Since my channel is tiny and his is huge, I figure you probably have already seen that, but if not, you can check that out on his channel. I also want to address one of my own theory videos from this week concerning feathered dinosaurs possibly coming in a DLC in June 2022, along with the premiere of Dominion. In response to that video, someone pointed out this tweet. Frontier can be pretty vague about their phrasing. This tweet reminds me a lot of this one. Someone asked anything at E3 and Frontier was like, we're not ready to announce anything quite yet. And then they announced the sequel at Summer Games Fest and showcased the first species field guide at E3. So yeah, Frontier is super sneaky when it comes to their Twitter replies, and this reeks of that. Personally, I don't consider this tweet evidence that feathered dinosaurs won't be coming in a Dominion DLC next year, which was what my video was about. But for full transparency, I did want to show you this tweet so you can draw your own conclusions from it. At the end of the week, Rich Newbold did a live stream on Twitch answering some questions, and the information we got from that is as follows. There will be interspecies social behaviors. Each dinosaur will have deep enclosure needs that we need to balance. Combat will be more dynamic. He specifically said they are adding and looking into group attacks. Sounds like it's still a work in progress, but very promising for the inclusion of pack hunting. And the flying and marine reptiles will not be in a looped animation, but will behave according to AI, similar to the land dinosaurs. Overall, Rich just really keeps stressing that they are making the dinosaurs feel as rich as possible and feel like real animals. What all of this means exactly, we obviously don't know yet, but even in their most minimal interpretation, these points are already a step up from the original game. Finally, some short news which answers questions that I have been getting a lot on the channel as well. There is no pre-order available yet, there is no pricing known yet. The game is single player, not co-op or player v player. I've been getting this question so often and I don't know why, but here it is. Single player, because, well, of course it is. And another obvious one for me, but again, a question I get a lot. No, DLCs from Jurassic World Evolution 1 cannot be transferred over to Jurassic World Evolution 2. Of course not. It's a new game, the two are not compatible. And lastly, there is a giveaway going on. You can win an Xbox and some other electronics. The link is in the description box. As of the moment the video goes up, there's only a couple days left on the giveaway, so if you haven't entered yet, you better hurry. Now, what you might be wondering is, what do I count as big news that I will be covering as soon as it comes out, and what will be saved for these roundups? Well, for example, I didn't do a video on pack hunting because they just mentioned it or more or less hinted at it in response to a question. Now, if they had shown us pack hunting, then I would have done a video on it, because then we'd actually have something to look at, something to analyze and dive into. Making a video on an answer someone gives in an interview or making a video on a single tweet makes me think of that Bernie Sanders meme. This could have been an email, you know? That's all the news for the first week since the announcement of Jurassic World Evolution 2. If you like these news videos to be kept up to date, give a like to let me know, and of course subscribe and ring the bell so you actually don't miss them. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, enjoy the anticipation.